Hi students, in this video I will explain how to solve the week 2 assignment questions. So moving on to question 1, you are running a car rental company. The company charges rupees 500 per day and rupees 8 per kilometer. A customer returns a car with the odometer readings of 300 kilometer and the bill amounts to rupees 5900. So the total bill is 5900. So total bill is rupees 5900. So how many days was this car rented? So in this question, we'll try to put these numbers in the perspective of an equation of a straight line. So we can see that there is a fixed charge which the company charges, that is rupees 500 per day. So let x be the number of days a car was rented. So the company charges rupees 500 for each day. So that means the company charges rupees 500 times x for x number of days. And the company also charges rupees 8 per kilometer, and it is given that the total distance traveled is 300 kilometer. So we'll add this to the existing charge, that is 300 times 8. So this gives us the total charges. So this will equate it to rupees 5900. So as we see here, so this is an equation in x. So if we consider the number of kilometers to be y, here if we consider this number of kilometers traveled to be another variable y, then we will be having an equation in x and y. So that is 500x plus 8y equal to 5900. And as we said earlier, where y is the total distance traveled in kilometers. Okay, so this equation reduces to 500x plus 8 into 30, because y is equal to 300 in our case. So that is 300 equal to 5900. So here we get the equation. So we have to solve for x from this equation. 500x equal to 5900 minus 2400, which gives us 3500. So thus x is 700. So x is 7 in days, right? That means the car was rented for 7 days, thereby resulting in the total charges to be rupees 5900. So hence option C is the correct option. Then we look at question 2. So you are climbing a ladder which is slanted at an angle of 45 degrees measured in the anti-clockwise direction with respect to the ground. So for questions like these, we always go with a reference figure. So we will sketch a ladder marked by AB, A at the bottom and B at the top. And ladder is slanted and leaning against the wall. So we'll put a wall, and this one is a wall. So AC has to be the ground. Okay. So it says ladder makes an angle 45 degrees measured in the anti-clockwise direction with respect to the ground. So with respect to AC, so here we say AB is the ladder and AC is the ground. So AB makes an angle of 45 degrees measured in the anti-clockwise direction, which is this. So this angle is 45 degrees. And we know this, the ladder leaning against the wall is at a vertical distance of 1 meter from the ground. So this distance BC is 1 meter. So if you are at a location which cuts the ladder in the ratio 2:1, so you are climbing a ladder, you are somewhere here, okay, and this is your location, let's say P, given by the coordinates x comma y. So your location cuts the ladder in the ratio 2:1 from the top to bottom. So let's call this portion as M, and this is N. So M by N is 2 by 1, and yeah, so from the top to bottom, what are the coordinates of your location? So basically we have to find the coordinates of P. Okay, so x, y, question mark is what we need to find. So we need to know the origin. Origin is also given in the question. You can assume the origin to be at the intersection of the ladder and the ground. So intersection of AB and AC, which is at A. So A will be given by the coordinates 0, 0. So we need to know the coordinates of B. Once we know the coordinates of B, then we can know from the concept that when a point cuts a line at P, so in the ratio M is to N from BP to PA, so then we can apply that concept and solve this question. So first we need to find the coordinates of B, for which we do this. We know that BC is 1 meter, and can we get the coordinates of C? Yes. So you can see that tan 45 is 1, which is equal to BC by AC. So which implies AC is also equal to 1 meter. So if AC is 1 meter, then C, coordinates of C will be 1, 0, okay, in the x direction, and coordinates of B will be 1, 1, because the height of BC or length of BC is 1 meter. So C is at an x distance of 1 meter from A, and B is at an y distance of 1 meter from C. So thus we get the coordinates of B and C. So now we know the coordinates of A and B. So yeah, let A point here as the coordinates, let's say x A y A, and B x B y B. Here we know the values of x A, x B, y A, y B, and all. So m by n is equal to x minus xb by xa minus x is also equal to y minus yb by ya minus y, so which is basically 2, right? So we take the individual parts separately. So x minus xb is nothing but 1, and yeah, xa is 0 minus x equal to 2. So So thus we get, so we get x equal to 1 by 3. So similarly we do for y, we get y minus yb, which is 1, and ya 0, 0 minus y equal to 2, which implies y minus 1 equal to minus 2y, so y equal to 1 by 3. So here we go that we get the coordinates of y, coordinates of p to be x comma y, which is equal to 1 by 3 comma 1 by 3. Yeah. So once we calculate x, any one of the two coordinates, we can immediately find out the other coordinate also, because this line, as we see, AB has a slope equal to 1, because the coordinates, if you look at the other points a and b, 0 comma 0, 1 comma 1, so the p point also should have coordinates in such a way that x coordinate is equal to y coordinate. So that is about question 2. Then we move to questions 3, 4, 5 from this passage. We have a chessboard. So bishop is initially at cell A1, this is B, okay, and rook R is at cell A5, this is R. So we know the rules of the game in a chessboard. Rook moves in horizontal and vertical directions, and bishop moves across the chessboard like it moves in the diagonal lines, along diagonal lines. So assume each cell in the board is a point on the coordinate plane such that the bottom right corner is the origin. So h1 is the origin, 0, 0. Right direction to be positive x-axis and upward to be positive y-axis. So this is coordinate of g is basically minus 1, 0, and f is minus 2, 0, and so on. So this will be, this has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 units. So coordinates of A1 must be minus 7, 0. That is the initial position of B, bishop. And similarly, so this one is starts from 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4. This has 4 units. So coordinates of R, that is A5, must be minus 7, 4. So 4 units in the y direction and 7 units in the x direction. So if B and R represent the initial coordinates of bishop and rook respectively, which of the following is correct? So the initial coordinates of B and R must be minus 7, 0 and minus 7, 4. So option B is correct. So looking at the question 4, bishop is initially located in the cell A1 and moves to the cell H8 from A1 to H8. Yeah, it moves along the diagonal, and this is represented by L1, line L1. So we need to find the equation of line. So to find the equation of line, here we can find the slope, and then so we can work out here question 4. So slope of the line L1. Okay, we are trying to find that. We first know the coordinates of line L1 contains the points A1 and H8. So we know the coordinates of A1, which is nothing but minus 7, 0. So similarly, the coordinates of H8 will be, so this is 7 units from H1 to H8, and in the y direction, so x coordinate is 0, so H8 must be 0, 0, 7. So here we go. H8 is nothing but 0, 7, and A1 is minus 7, 0. So we get the slope by doing this. 7 minus 0 by 0 minus of minus 7. So 7 by 7 we get the slope to be 1. So which we call it M. So the equation of the line L1 can be represented as y equal to mx plus c, where m is equal to 1. So we get x plus c. Now we need to find the value of c, for which we substitute one of these points. Let's say we substitute h8 here in this equation. So we substitute the values of y and x, y equal to 7 and x equal to 0, 0 plus c. So we get the value of c to be 7. So we put it back in the equation of the line. The equation of the line becomes y equal to x plus 7. So L1 is given by the equation y equal to x plus 7, which means option A is correct. And similarly for question 5, Rook moves from cell A5 to H5 along a straight line L2. We go back to the chessboard. From A5 to H5 is here. So this is the line L2. We need to find the equation of line L2. And here we see that H5 has the coordinates. This is 4 units in the y direction, 0, 4. Right? So A5 is minus 7, 4, and H5 is 0, 4. So slope of the line L2 will be 4 minus 4 by 0 minus of minus 7, which is 0 because the y coordinates are the same. So basically we can see that line L2 is parallel to the x-axis, so hence the slope is 0. So we write the equation of that line y equal to mx plus c, where m is 0. So that means we get y equal to c as the equation of the line. So to find the value of the constant c, we substitute one of these points. We take h5 and substitute here. We note that y value is 4. So c has to be equal to 4. So the equation of line L2 becomes y equal to 4. So here in the question, option A is the correct answer. Then moving on to question 6. 3 points P, Q are given by these coordinates are collinear. Identify the coordinates of the point R from the following. So collinear means we have a line. So the points P, Q, R lie on the same line. They can lie in any order. Here we have shown only one order, but they can be in any order P, Q, R. So for this to be true, slope of the line containing the points P, Q, R, okay, it must be same and is one fixed value, and we'll calculate the slope using the points PQ separately and QR separately and PR separately. Then we can form an equation in G and H. Then we'll try to find the values of G and H. So that will be the approach for this question. So let's mark the coordinates of P is minus 4, 4. Q will be 3, minus 3. And as we see, the order will be different here, so we will not. And R has the coordinates G, H. So we'll calculate the slope using P and Q points. We get, we put as P to Q, so we get minus 3 minus 4 by 3 minus of minus 4. So we get minus 7 by 7. Slope is minus 1. So the line, all 3 points are collinear. So the slope obtained or calculated using the points Q and R must also be the same, which is minus 1, which can be written as h minus y coordinate of Q, which is minus 3, and g minus x coordinate of Q, which is 3, which will be h plus 3 by g minus 3 is equal to minus 1. So we get h plus 3 equals minus g plus 3. So 3 cancel on both the sides. So we get the relationship h equal to minus g. And we can also obtain slope using the points P and R. So which also must be minus 1. So which can be written as h minus x coordinate of R, which is x coordinate of P, which is minus 4, and g minus y, h minus y coordinate of point P, which is plus 4, and g minus x coordinate of point P, which is minus 4. So here we get h minus 4 by g plus 4. So h minus 4 must be equal to moving g plus 4 to the other side, minus g minus 4. Minus 4 gets cancelled on both the sides. So again we get the same relationship, h equal to minus g. So from the given options, we have to check which option satisfies the given condition, the obtained condition, h equal to minus g. That is, x coordinate and y coordinates are equal in value but opposite in sign. So minus 1 are equal in value but same in sign. 2 and 2 equal in value but same sign. 1 minus 1 are equal in value but opposite in sign. So this must be the correct answer. And D, option D, same value but same sign. So option C can represent point R. Then moving on to question 7. The carpenter has a call out fee of rupees 200 and also charges 80 per hour. So we all have faced this or facing these situations on a daily basis in our houses. So these carpenters, they charge a fixed charge of rupees 200. So if they come and attend to any problems at home, they will charge 200. Additionally, there will be charges based on the number of working hours. So let's write down this. Basic charge is rupees 200 and 80 per hour is the additional charges. So let's say if x is the number of working hours, then the additional charges will be 80 times x. So thus the total charges represented by y in rupees must be 80x plus 200. So this gives us an equation of a straight line. So so option A is correct. And looking at option B, equation of the line is 200x plus 80, which is wrong. So here we have obtained the equation to be 80x plus 200. And looking at option C, the total charges if the carpenter has worked for 4 hours would be rupees 520. We have to check if this is true, for which we calculate in the following manner. So if x equal to 4 hours, we have to find y, which is 80x, 80 into 4 plus 200, which is 320 plus 200, so which is rupees 520. So thus option C is also correct. Then looking at option D, if the carpenter charged 350 for fixing an L stand and changing door locks, then the number of working hours would be approximately 1 hour and 53 minutes. So in order to check if this is true, now the additional charges are rupees 350. So total charge will be, so this was about option B, this was about option A, this is about option B, option C, and now we are working on option D. So we know that the total cost is now 200, that is the basic charge, plus so we are given that the total charge, the carpenter charged rupees 350 here, so which includes the basic charge also. So this must be equal to 200 plus 80x. So we solve for x, then we get the number of working hours, the number of hours the carpenter had worked for fixing the L stand and changing door locks. So we get x to be 150 by 80. So many hours. So we can reduce it to 1 plus 70 by 80 hours. So yeah, so this can be written as 1 hour plus 70 by 80 hours, which we try to convert to minutes by multiplying into 60, because 1 hour is 60 minutes. So when we do that, we can see that here 4 goes times and 15. So we can see that this is 1 hour and 52.5 minutes. Okay, so which is approximately 53 minutes. So option D is also correct. Okay. So question 8. A swimming pool leaks at a slow rate of 0.5 gallons per hour. If the pool holds 325 gallons of water when it is full, then which of the following statements are false? Okay, so we take one statement at a time. So 301 gallons of water would remain in the pool after 2 full days. So let's first try to make an equation for the given condition, that if suppose we say y is the amount of water remaining in the pool as given the option C in gallons at any time, after any time, so y must be equal to the initial capacity of the pool, that is 325 as given here, minus 0.5 times the number of hours since it has started to leak. So 0.5 times x. So that is, so how we arrive at the equation is the following. So initially we had 325 gallons of water. So let's say after 1 hour since the leak had started, so 0.5 gallons must have leaked out after 1 hour. So the remaining water in the pool must be 325 minus 0.5. So how do we get this? 0.5 times the number of hours after the leak had started. So we get this after 1 hour. So this must be the amount of water. So after x number of hours, amount of water left in the pool must be 325 minus 0.5x. So that's how we arrived at this equation. So we can see that option C talks about this, that quantity of water remaining in the pool after x number of hours can be computed by the equation. So 325 minus 0.5x is correct. But in the question, we have to be careful that question is asked which of the following statements are false. So this is a correct statement. And going back to option A, after 2 days, so now x will be 2 days converted to hours because we have represented x to be, yeah, we have represented x to be the total number of hours. So it must be 2 into 24, so which is 48 hours. So now we calculate y, amount of water left in the pool after 2 full days. So which will be 325 minus 0.5x, 325 minus 0.5 into 48. So 325 minus 24, which is 301 gallons of water. So option A is correct and option B is false. 324 gallons of water will not remain, only 301 will remain. So option B is false. And yeah, and going to option D, pool would be empty on the 25th day since the beginning of the lake. So to verify whether this statement is true or false, we have to correctly identify on which day the pool would get empty. So pool would be empty when y becomes 0. So y we represented as quantity of water remaining in the pool after x number of hours. So when y equal to 0, we calculate x, that is how many number of hours it will take for the pool to get empty. So 325 equal to 0.5x. So x is 325 times 2, which is 650 hours. So in the question, option 4 talks about the number of days, 25th day. So we'll convert this into days. That is 650 by 24 will give us so many number of days. So we can see that 24, yeah. So we can see that this is yes, this is 648 by 24 plus, you can write this way because 648 is nothing but 27 times 24. So we get 27 plus 2 by 24, 1 by 12 days. So that is on the 28th day, the pool would be empty. So it's not 25th day, actually it turns out that on the 28th day. Next we move to question number 9. The skeleton of an aircraft wing comprises of the ribs and spars. Note that ribs and spars are arranged perpendicular to each other during the manufacturing of a wing. We have 8 structural parts with the 2 endpoints of each of them known. Identify which of the following pairs of structures can potentially be chosen for the ribs and spars combination. So ribs and spars are marked by R and S respectively. So we talk about aircraft wing, we talk about a lot of internal structures. So there are 2 structures like ribs and spars. So yeah, so internally, so which are like arranged perpendicular to each other. If you open up a wing surface, you can see ribs and spars running perpendicular to each other. So here the question is from the given options, identify which 2 pairs, which pair uh, can potentially be chosen for rib spar design. So that is we are given endpoints for R and S in each of the options. So we have to calculate the slope of a line containing R and the slope of a line contained in S. So then suppose we call the slopes MR and MS. So then we have to check whether MR times MS is -1. If it is true, then we can infer that these two lines must be perpendicular. So thus these two structures can be used as rib-spar combination. So here we show the solution. So for option A, we note that the endpoints of R are 1, 2 and 2, 3. We calculate MR, which comes out to be 1. And for S with the endpoints 1, 3 and 1, 4, we find out the value of MS, which is nothing but which comes out in 1 by 0 form, as we can see here. So R and S are not perpendicular since MR times MS is not -1 here. One slope is 1, another is one of the form 1 by 0. So option A is not correct. Then moving on to option B. So endpoints of R are 0.5, 1 and 1.5, 3. We calculate the slope MR to be 2 here, and similarly for S with the endpoints 2.5, 1, 0.5, 2, MS will be 2 minus 1 and 0.5 minus 2.5, which is 1 by -2, which is -1 by 2. Here we note that the slopes are nothing but negative reciprocals, that is 2 and -1 by 2. So we get the product to be -1. So these two structures can be used as a rib-spar pair. So option B is correct. And option C, the endpoints of R are 2.5, 6 and 3.5, 7. So MR comes out to be 1, and S with the endpoints 4.5, 8 and 3.5, 9. We note that MS will be like this, 9 minus 8 and 3.5 minus 4.5, which is 1 minus 1. So 1 and -1 product will be -1. So these two structures can be used as a rib-spar pair because the lines contained in R and S are perpendicular to each other. So option C is also correct. And checking option D, R the endpoints are 3, 2, 5, 5, and MR will be 3 by 2. And for S with the endpoints 2, 3 and 4, 4, MS will be 4 minus 3 and 4 minus by 4 minus 2. So it will be 1 by 2. So 3 by 2 times 1 by 2, it's not equal to -1. It's quite obvious. So these two structures are not perpendicular. So one cannot be used as a rib-spar combination. So thus, in summary, options B and C are correct for question number 9. Then moving on to question number 10. So we have this, you are keen to know the area of the plot which you want to buy in the outskirts of Chennai city. Interestingly, the plan of the plot indicates that it is of a triangular boundary. So something like this, we have a triangular boundary. We see sometimes when we are given the plan documents, we can see the boundary of the plot that we are interested to buy. So the corners of the plot are marked by the points with coordinates ABC with respect to some fixed coordinate system. So compute the area of the plot in square units. So we look at the solution for question 10. Yeah, so we identify the points A, B, C, 1, 3, -5, 7, and 8, 12 in the coordinate xy plane. So here, for the sake of convenience, we mark the coordinates of A to be XA, XA, YA, similarly B, XB, YB, and for the point C, XC and YC. So area of the plot is nothing but area of the triangle ABC, so which is given by this expression. So this expression comes from the basic form that area of a triangle is nothing but half base length of the base times height of the perpendicular on the base from the third vertex. So this expression, this formula is simplified in this form, or rather reduced in this form, so that we can calculate the area from the given coordinates of the three vertices of the triangle. So this comes out to be XA times YB minus YC and plus XB times YC minus YA plus XC times YA minus YB, the modulus of this whole thing divided by 2. So we quickly substitute the values of XA, YA, XB, YB, XC, YC. So then we can find the area. So we find that this expression reduces to half times modulus of minus 82, which is nothing but 41 square units. So thus we get the area of the plot which you are interested to buy will be 41 square units. So thus we come to the end of this discussion on the solutions of week 2 graded assignments. So here we have given you some contextual problems in order to show the importance of mathematics involved behind straight lines, and some coordinate geometry also involved here with triangles. So hope this was useful. Thank you.